Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This morning, I found a very interesting article. I found it on more than one media outlet, and it's very strange that I can't find the same title, the same headline. I think the initial headline coming from Sputnik was the most aggressive. Let me show you here. So I got just a picture of the a screenshot of this article coming from Sputnik, and I will read it to you and I'm going to show it to you. Shoigu: Russia deploying nukes in Belarus amid Western threats. So this was 3 hours ago, and this was at 8 o'clock. So here is the title right there. You see, it's Sputnik International, 3 hours ago. This is the title. All right, it's 3 hours ago. Yeah, 3 hours ago. And I did this. Let's look at this. Let me just get you right there. I put the same title right there in the search box, the same thing that was written on this article with Sputnik, with everything. And this is what I got. And I can do this again and again. It comes globals, and it doesn't come that title headline at all. Doesn't show up on the screen. Probably in this 19,900 search results somewhere at 18,829 is this, but no, because I checked Sputnik, I went straight to them, and here is what it is. Russia maintains control over nukes stations in Belarus, defense minister, that is Shoigu. So they changed it, and this is 5 hours ago. I find this one, but I don't find the other one that supposedly was 3 hours ago, which is, again, this. This is not the same, it's the same picture, the same, but not, where is it? This. I don't have, it's just a screenshot, I don't have, going lower to see if whatever was written here at the bottom was in the same article, because I didn't care. I said, I'm just going to find it. But hey, things changed. But it doesn't matter. I have this article, and I have two more. I have one from Associated Press, and I have one from Reuters saying the same thing. But I liked the initial: Russia deploying nukes in Belarus amid Western threats. But they changed it. But I don't know how they changed it, because this was 3 hours ago, and the one that I have right now, not this one. This one is for no, this one. Where is it? Right here. This is updated. My bad. Right there. You see, they updated 2 hours ago. I got it 3 hours ago, and this came 5 hours ago. So somewhere in between 3 and now, and between 3 and 5 and 3, they changed it. So I must have gotten just before they updated it. They didn't like the title. So let's read it. The control over the decision to use nuclear weapons deployed in Belarus will be carried out by Russia, the Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu stated. Okay, so there's one thing I would like to note, and I'm quoting, that the whole range of events is organized strictly in accordance with existing international obligations and does not violate the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. End quote. Shoigu stressed. Now, that's what he said. So when you hear people saying something else, just go and verify. How? I don't know. The decision of Russia and Belarus on retaliatory measures in the military nuclear sphere was made in the context of an extremely serious escalation of threats on the western borders of the two countries, Defense Minister added. I'm quoting, in the context of an extremely serious escalation of threats on the western borders of Russia and Belarus, a decision has been made on retaliatory measures in the military nuclear sphere, Shoigu said at the meeting at CSTO defense ministers in Minsk. So he's in Minsk right now. So this is retaliatory. Remember what I keep saying about the Russians or Russia's consistency? Good or bad, they're consistent. If they tell you they're going to punch you in the face, they're going to punch you in the face. If they tell you they're going to give you $1, they're going to give you $1. All right? Or $1. All right? China. All right, so here we have these guys telling us Hey, you know what? We told you, we're gonna do it. The other guys are already claiming and crying, the Baltic states, oh, that's a violation of the International Non-Proliferation Treaty, blah, 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 blah. Shut your pie hole. All right, go back to your little corner safe space over there, okay? And ask these guys, hey, what about your masters? Do they have anything deployed on the territory of Europe? Yes, no, yeah, yeah, they have. So shut up. Oh, they're special. Got it. So let's go back to this article. The Iskander-M operational tactical missile system, which can use both conventional and nuclear missiles, has been transferred to the Belarus military, the minister noted. So Belarusian servicemen have received the necessary training in Russian training centers, Shoigu said. So Russian and Belarus defense ministers signed documents earlier in the day on defining the procedure for finding a special storage facility for nuclear ammunition on the Belarusian territory. The minister stressed. Shoigu added that the Western countries are forcing the Ukrainian authorities to demonstrate tactical gains on the battlefield, pump the country with weapons worth more than $65 billion. The West forces the Kiev regime to demonstrate tactical gains regardless of losses and readiness to fight to the last Ukrainian, pumps it with weapons. Military technical assistance to Kiev has already exceeded $65 billion, Shoigu emphasized. So, then we'll go to this ones right here. Associated Press. Russia signs deal to deploy tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. So it's a done deal right here. Shoigu and this guy is Viktor Krenin. Viktor Krenin. All right, I'm guessing. Yeah. Belarusian defense minister. Russia and Belarus signed a deal Thursday formalizing the document of Moscow's tactical nuclear weapons on the territory, deployment of Moscow's tactical nuclear weapons on the territory of its ally, although control of the weapons remains in the Kremlin. Russian President Putin announced the deployment of the shorter-range weapons in Belarus earlier this year in a move widely seen as a warning to the West as it stepped up military support for Ukraine. Well, they told them. Also, unclear is how many nuclear weapons would be kept in Belarus. The US government believed that Russia has about 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons, which includes bombs that can be carried by aircraft, warheads for short-range missiles, and artillery rounds. Tactical nuclear weapons are intended to destroy enemy troops and weapons on the battlefield. They have a relatively short range and a much lower yield than nuclear warheads fitted to long-range strategic missiles that are capable of obliterating whole cities. The signing of the deal came as Russia braces for Ukraine's much-anticipated counteroffensive, which I just covered it in a video a minute ago, coming from Podolyak, Kiev presidential advisor, saying it's been underway for several days, the counteroffensive already. Now who's lying? Both Russian and Belarusian, Russian and the other one was Belarus, officials are also framed the step as driven by hostility from the West. Deployment of non-strategic nuclear weapons is an effective response to the aggressive policy of countries unfriendly to us, end quote. Belarusian Defense Minister Viktor Krenin said in Minsk at a meeting with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Shoigu. And I'm quoting, in the context of an extremely sharp escalation of threats on the western borders of Russia and Belarus, a decision was made to take countermeasures in the military nuclear sphere. Shoigu said that. So, and then again, we got here saying, oh no, they are escalating. Well, we told you so. So, beat it. And again, this is from Reuters, update 3. Russia moves ahead with plan to deploy tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. They told you that. What do you want? Russia inks a deal with Belarus on nuclear weapon storage facility due to be finished by July 1st. Russia to deploy nuclear weapons in Belarus. Belarus borders NATO members Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia. All right, so done deal. What do you have to say? If I'm not allowed to do what you're allowed to do, that's unjust, and that tells me subordination or lack of value and a lot of value. So it doesn't work that way in front of international law. Now, there are treaties supposedly over there, and the Russians claimed that, hey, we didn't do anything. Why? Because it's under our supervision. It's our control. If they would have probably given to the Belarusian army, it would be probably something else. But hey, who cares? Look at other countries. I will name only one out of another one that I have in mind, and probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Pakistan. Pakistan did not give up. And if you want, I can use India. I didn't give up as well. They got nuclear weapons. How? North Korea. And then the other country that we can name, the same. How did they get it? Did they steal it? Yeah, we know how they did it. But anyway, I mean, I'm talking about the other country. But hey, we can't say it. And I know how Pakistan got it. But nevertheless, were they allowed to? No. By whom? By the bosses. But they got it. So here we have the Russians controlling tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. And as I said, guys, they are consistent. So try to assassinate Putin. They said we're going to retaliate, and they will retaliate. But they are not like these guys, with lights and music and shows, no, they're just going to be taking it easy, and they will use, they will still keep using one of the Western civilization's ancient values and virtues, which was patience. They will use patience, and they will as they did with this. They say we're going to retaliate now that you have them in Belarus, or you're gonna have them. And I'm not, United States is far away. You guys, the big mouths, are going to be like shitting your pants now and yelling like little female dogs. You see, proper name. Oh, look what they're doing. What did you expect? To take it like a, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly what they thought. Anyway, my friends, all this should have been avoided, and could have been avoided, I think, easily, without any shot fired, without any problems and anything like that. The life would have continued in the same way, some agreements, and the economy would have flourished, and friendship among nations would have increased. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.